Good afternoon.
Welcome back. We're glad to have you.
We are out here in front of a beautiful fig tree, but we're actually not going to talk about figs.
Not today.
We're going to talk about the name of Ocracoke. So, what do you have to tell us about the name?
Well, in one of our past Fun Fact Friday videos, I used the word Ocracoke to mean someone who was born and raised on Ocracoke. You could say Ocracoker as well, but Ocracoke is a standard word for someone who's born and raised here. And you might wonder why that came to be. And I did some research a number of years ago on the name Ocracoke, and I want to just go over a few of the names that we can
Document?
Document. That's the word I was looking for. Document. The earliest name for this island, one of the earliest 1585 maps, was Ocracoke, sometimes spelled W-O-C-O-C-O-N, sometimes W-O-K-O, K-O-N, W-O-C-O-C-O-N or W-O-K-O-K-O-N. That was in 1585. But I was curious because in different maps over the centuries, over the decades, I saw a lot of different spellings, and at one time I documented at least 50 different names for this island, most of them variations of Ocracoke, and that's on our website. Amy maybe can put a link to it so you can see all those names. And partly it was because spelling wasn't standardized back in the 1800s and the early 1900s. But the first reference I found to the spelling that we know today for Ocracoke was, I think, in 1852. I believe that's right. But prior to that, it was sometimes, the island was sometimes Ocracoke, 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 and Ocracoke was one of the ones, O-K-O-K. And native islanders often still refer to the name of the island as Ocracoke. And the people who were born and raised here are Ocracockers. So you'll see that oftentimes, or you'll hear it from local people referring to people who were born and raised here.
And the very first name came from the Native American
Yes,
tribes.
It was Native American, and there's some controversy about where that came from, but they think that the first English explorers misheard the Native American word. And this may not sound intuitive, but the best that they've been come up with is that it was Waxahachie. And that, as far as anybody knows, meant an enclosed fort or place or stockade. So there's some speculation that it also might have meant you wear good clothes, because the natives saw the English explorers with their fancy clothes, and I don't know if that's documented anywhere in history, but that's one of the stories.
One of the things I tell people is how it changed through the years was not just non-standardized spelling, but it's like the game telephone, where you whisper a word into somebody's ear and then it goes around and around to different people down around a circle, and by the time it comes out with the last person, it's something completely different. And if you think about that over decades.
Well, what happened was the W got dropped from Ocracoke to Ocracoke, and then the final N got changed to a K, Ocracoke, and then there was an R added, and then Ocracoke, and if you go to that website, you'll see all the different spellings.
It might be a fun experiment if there's a family gathering, if they want to try that, where somebody whispers Ocracoke in somebody's name. Although I guess everybody would know what that was nowadays. But so that's just a little bit of the history of how Ocracoke, the name that we know Ocracoke as, came to be from the original term, the original word Ocracoke. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.